All right, 908 Oberlin Court, number 8, property number 8, transaction number 8, whatever you want to call it. The neighbor that called me after. Now this one is quite the weird one. This is the first time I've ever experienced a death when it was a tenant death, not a seller death. This was a tenant death. But anyways, picked up this property, 908. Met the guy a year prior from the 909 Oberlin Court, the neighbor, and he called me and he wanted to sell it. He was not even living in California anymore. This guy just had this property that was just tenant occupied, and I guess he just had nightmares with the tenant, and the property needed a bunch of work, and he just didn't want to deal with it any longer. He literally was going to walk away from the property. He told me, he said that he was going to give the keys back to the bank. That's what he told me. I'm just going to give the keys back to the bank. I don't even care about this property any longer. That's what he told me. And I was like, well, why do that? Just give it to me. I'll take over the payments. If you're just going to walk away and ruin your credit anyways, might as well just give me the keys. What do you got to lose? I feel like I didn't even have to give this guy reference. Like, it was just a no-brainer deal for both of us, right? He still looked me up and had people check me out. It was funny. He had a guy call me, like an interview, a phone interview. One of his friends here in town, I guess. I don't even remember who he was. I can't even remember his name. Anyways, some guy calls me, his buddy, and has 15 to 20 questions to ask me about what I am and what am I doing and who am I, to see if I'm some kind of scam artist or whatever, right? And they didn't want to do the deal. The guy didn't want to do the deal. Not the owner, but his friend that called me didn't want me to do the deal. He thought I was a scammer. Like, he literally called the guy and told him that I should not be doing the deal with me, that I'm shady. That's what he told him. And I was like, man, all right, I guess. I don't know why he would think that. I think it's just people can't fathom the idea that you're taking over people's mortgages, man. It's just so non-traditional that people don't like the idea. And he told the guy that not to do the deal with me, and that I'm a crook. I think that's the word he used, crook. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it was. He said I was a crook. And anyways, he did the deal. I ended up getting the deal. So after all that bullshit, after him having me interviewed by some guy, he was already going to give away the house anyways. What do you have to lose? He gave me the keys. So, he gave me the deed. I got the deed to the property, and I ended up doing the deal. It was kind of funny, right, when you think about it. So I get the property. I fix it up. Let's see. Did I have 2 tenants? No, 1 tenant only. So I fix up the property, put a tenant in there. $15,000 down, I remember. Also Craigslist ad, or was it Let Go? No, so it's Craigslist, because I haven't started using Let Go yet. If you remember Let Go, it was Offer Up and Let Go. Those were the 2 like major platforms that you could sell things on besides Facebook Marketplace. But then Offer Up purchased Let Go, but later. Anyways, Oberlin. Put the guy in there. He's in there maybe 3 or 4 years, and nice guy. I think about, he committed suicide in the property. It was pretty wild, man. I had a home run on this deal, though. I did make $100,000. I think it was one of the first times that I made $100,000. So the 2 Oberlins were both home runs. I made $80,000 on the one and $100,000 on the other. But this guy ended up purchasing the property. And it's because the market jumped, so everything started just climbing within the time frame, and just perfect timing. But I ended up clearing out pretty good on this house. But he was paying rent pretty good, and then off and on, he'd give me a call and say that he was going to be a little late. I don't know. I think he was just going through some troubles with his family, obviously. Yeah, he ended up committing suicide. That's how I got the property back. So they lost their down payment, and he committed suicide in the property, which you have to disclose in the state of California. I think it's 2 to 3 years. But, I have no problem with disclosing things like that, and it doesn't bother me. Some people believe in ghosts and shit like that, but whatever, man. People die. And yeah, that's how I got that property back, and turned it up, fixing it up, selling it. I think the guy's trying to sell it right now. The guy that I sold it to is trying to sell it for even more than what I sold it for. I think I saw it on the market. Like, he did a little more improvements than what I did after, and he's still trying to sell it. So, but yeah, first time I cleared about $100,000 on a deal. So home run. That's how it goes. Couch hustler, always hustling.